Alright then guys, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, the Civic is here, very dusty, but for the first time maybe ever on this channel, this video isn't going to be about this Civic. Some things have happened in the last few days that mean that there is technically another car on the channel, so to speak. But full disclaimer, this is not the car that I'm saving for. This is just a car that's come out of nowhere that it was just too good to say no. Right place, right time sort of thing. So I guess without further ado, let's just introduce you to the new car. So yeah, there we go guys. This is a 2006 Mazda MX-5 that was going to be scrapped, which is insane because it does not need to be at all. It's had 4 new tyres, it's had full discs, full pads all the way around, it's had a new front shock. The soft top has been treated. All in all, it's a good running car, to be honest. So it was mad to see this thing go to the scrap heap. So it's currently running and will stay running in this video because the battery is completely flat. Yeah, like I said in the intro, this does not replace the car that I'm currently saving for. This was just a random off the whim thing that had to happen because the price was too good to say no. So we'll get onto that in a bit, but I'll sort of explain the story behind what's going on here. So a neighbor of my dad's, basically his son bought this car as his first car, which for a first car is pretty sick, and he was doing bits with it and stuff. He still hasn't passed his test. Mad that this was his first car that he was learning to drive in and stuff. Pretty cool. But basically he kind of fell out of love with it because he realized he needed more space because he's more practical and stuff, and there were plans to do stuff with it, but whatever. He fell out of love with the car completely. And then as I'm filming this video, as of 3 days ago, he bought himself an Audi A4 because it had more seats and everything, which was more what he was looking for. Based on that, he needed the space, literally the space, the parking space that this was parked in, and he'd just fallen out of love with the car because the day I'm filming this is the day after a bank holiday. So if it hadn't been a bank holiday, this car would have been already at the scrap heap and we would have missed our chance. But because of that, he was like, yeah, we're just gonna go scrap it. So my dad went over and was like, look, if you're thinking of scrapping it, look, we'll make you an offer. You can say yes or no, or just let us know how much the scrapper's gonna pay for it or whatever. He goes and speaks to his son because it is fully his son's car, and his son was like, yeah, sell it to him, it's fine. So basically that's how we've ended up with this thing. And so it's currently in my dad's name, and I assume it's probably going to stay that way the whole time. So it's more of like a family sharing kind of car because it's just coming into summer. Who doesn't want a convertible in summertime? It's like the perfect time to get one of these. Yeah, so I'm going to share it with my dad and my brother-in-law probably. That's the idea for this thing, is just a summertime cruiser. So currently it's got an MOT until November 2022. The only thing that's really on the advisory list is that the subframe is rusty. For the price we paid, which I will get onto, and knowing that it's basically, if we want to, we could just drive it all summer and then scrap it, which is basically what was going to happen to this car anyway. So we'll see what happens moving forward, and it depends, I guess, on what you guys think we should do and everything as well, because I'm definitely curious to see what you guys think. But this is basically, yeah, like a summer fun toy that we may then keep beyond that, depending on how easy it is to change the subframes and stuff like that. Like, we haven't looked into it too much. So if there's anyone out there that's got one of these or knows a bit about these, I'm curious to know if the subframes bolt in and out, so it's an easy swap. I'll give you a little walk around, show you the bits that aren't in the best condition, but based on me showing you around, I want you guys to leave in the comments section below how much you think we paid for this car, and at the end of the video I will tell you how much it was, see how close you guys were, or at least have a little idea. Don't skip to the end, that's cheating. But yeah, so I'll give you a little walk around so you can have a look at it, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so what do we have here? Obviously, it's the 3rd generation MX-5, which is the NC, I believe. This is the sport black variation, so apparently that's triple black, so it's black interior, black paint, and black roof. I think that's what makes it triple black, I'm not sure. So the headlights need a bit of love. There's a few little scratches and dings all over the car, really. Biggest dent is probably this one here. Yep, that dent there. Yeah, that's probably the worst ding on the car from what I've seen so far in terms of bodywork. All these marks here as well. What's interesting is this is basically my first time walking around this car as well, to be honest. The boot has got quite a few scratches, so it looks like something's been rested on here in the past or whatever. The rear bumper's got quite a few little scratches and dings on it and everything as well. We've got twin tip exhaust though, which looks pretty good at standard. This car is fully standard from what I can understand. I'm not sure if the red brakes were standard from Mazda, but they do have a white Mazda logo on the rear one, so maybe they were. That's the only bit I'm not sure about. The tail lights are in pretty good condition, to be honest. I do have a feeling that these rear arches are pretty screwed or have been fixed before. They're not in the best shape, a bit flaky underneath. There's another little ding on the door here, was spotted for the first time. These have been smoked clearly. Not sure on this white bit around here, doesn't look that good either. Pull that off and paint that, or maybe get something different. But overall, like, it's in pretty good shape. It even says the width and everything on the tyre. That's how new these tyres are, they're that fresh. No cracks and dings in the windscreen from what I can see. All the glass does seem to match up as well. It's all got the same code on it. But that's kind of it for the exterior, I think. There's nothing major. I mean, there's a few, again, more scratches on the wing mirror, but it is a 2006 car, so it's currently 16 years old, this thing. So as you open the door, the only issue with the interior is that the bolster here has got a little rip in it. Everything else seems to be working. The roof works perfectly, hence why it's down at the moment. Yeah, all the cubbies work, everything. This works. I'm basically learning about this thing as you are, to be honest. I don't know anything about these really. There you go, as you can see, it's just ticked over 64,000 miles, which is pretty good going actually for a 2006 car. That's not that many at all. I guess this was someone's like weekend toy car. This isn't motorized. I do believe you can get options where you get motorized versions of these. So far, everything seems to be working. We haven't seemed to have any leaks because it's been parked up around us for the last couple of days and there isn't really anything. Yeah, the previous owners, they put the new disc pads, tires, and the shock all on this thing and did a full fluid change and everything. And my dad basically, because it's literally opposite my dad saw them doing all the work, so it's not like it was hidden behind closed doors either. Yeah, overall it's pretty impressive. So I'll show you the engine bay now, and here you go. This is the 2-litre variant. Not sure where that falls within the spec line of this car, because I know that the Mark 1 and Mark 2s had a 1.6 and a 1.8, but with this version I literally know nothing about it. The strut towers seem really easy to get to, which is nice to know for potential coilovers. At this exact point in time, we don't have this taxed or insured, so it is currently like off the road. We're like off the highway where this car is right now, so we haven't actually driven it anywhere. All we've done is wash it. Probably by the time you see this video it will be on the road. As you can see, coolant's flowing through nicely there, if you can see that. Basically it's like a relatively clean car. I mean, there's a few bits of rust and everything. No rust on the strut towers in here, and the boot is fine as well actually, to be honest. The boot itself has got a bit of corrosion, kind of like this sort of a corrosion. The boot, underside of the boot's got that, but apart from that it's fine. And yeah, I guess that, I don't know what else to say about it really. It's just a nice daily sports car that's unmodified basically. I guess it wouldn't be one of these sort of reveal videos without a rev or anything. So fully standard exhaust, everything. I haven't actually really revved it that much. This has been running for quite a while. Doesn't sound too bad for a standard car, really. I mean, it's way quieter than my Civic. I'm very much looking forward to giving this thing a drive. Ideally, we want to have a look underneath this thing because we bought it basically sight unseen, really, but see what the subframe rust is about and that sort of stuff to sort of decide what we're going to do with this car. But basically, now that you've seen all of this stuff, how much do you think we paid for this car? I hope you guys have left some comments down below. This car was £250. For a 2006 car with 64,000 miles on the clock is nuts. Like, the more me and my dad are thinking about this, the more we're just like, how is this even possible? Like, this is insane. £250 for this car. We had a little look on eBay, and obviously they're in much better condition or whatever, but they were all pretty much around 2.5, 3, 4 grand for this similar sort of car, which it almost makes it worth keeping, to be honest. So yeah, £250. Like, the Mugen rocker cover in my Civic was more expensive than this entire car. Absolutely mad. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I'd love to know down below what you think we should do with this car. I know track car is probably going to be pretty high up on the list, but the idea is, I think, because it's mainly going to be my dad's like fun run around with me and my brother-in-law being able to drive it and stuff, whatever. What do you think we should do? I think it needs to be a little bit lower, and I think it needs an exhaust and probably an induction kit. But I think all of that will depend on the subframe rust and whether it is actually worth saving with buying second-hand subframes or brand new subframes or whatever. I don't really want to spend loads of money on this because I'm still saving for the next car for the channel, even though I know this could be a car for the channel. But equally, yeah, let me know, like, would you be interested in seeing any videos with this car? Because it's sort of come out of nowhere, I don't mind not making videos about it if you guys aren't interested. Like, I don't want to turn you guys away from the channel because it's obviously not a Honda or whatever. Yeah, let me know down below what you think we should do and whether you want to see videos on this thing, because I'm happy to make content about it because it seems crazy not to. But if you guys aren't going to watch it, there's no point in me doing it. So even just sat in it now, I'm still so amazed that this thing was only £250 that I just don't know really what to say or do. I guess that's going to do it for this one, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking to the end. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see loads more videos on the Civic. I know this is completely off-brand, literally off-brand for me, but like the video, and of course comment down below on everything I've said already. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.